Hello everyone, my name is jELeeoo, and welcome back to more Deep Rock Galactic. Back with more weekly deep dives with me. This week will be Thursday, November 13th to Wednesday, November... I'm so good at math, I swear, 20th. 19th. Anyways, this deep dive will be in the dense biozone. Seems like it'll be a fun time. And I'm back here to narrate the deep dives for you. Here I am buying the special drink of the mission loop this time because it is increased health, which I'm not gonna say no to that. You know, that seems very helpful. The Red Rock Blaster drink. Here's my loadout. This time I'm going for my driller. My armor setup is 3113. I use the axes as my grenades. For my drills, I have 2111. C4, I have 2113. There's no point in having anything but the better recharge speed. I'm using the microwave cooker with a 13223, along with diffusion rate overclock. I'm using the cryo cannon with a 22221 tuned cooling. It's very important that you have 1 on the last tier with tuned cooling, because that makes it like a really good weapon. I'm going driller. Excellently said, past me. Now I'm going to be honest and completely transparent with you. I have looked up what the deep dives are before I'm going to do this stuff, because it pays to be well prepared, and I saw that these missions are very well suited for driller class. Oops, what did I hit there? So once again, I will be explaining the game to you as well as stuff I want to talk about, but this time I'm going to try and keep it constricted to one topic per mission. Anyways, Driller is very good because of his ability to terraform, obviously. He also has insane AoE damage and good environmental damage. And I'm starting off the mission here by just getting rid of all these small buggers, freezing enemies with my cryo cannon, and shattering them with my throwable axe, as well as having some of them insta-shatter thanks to tuned cooling and the fragile upgrade. Flying enemies are also piss easy to kill with a cryo cannon, because the second they freeze, they will fall to the ground and instantly shatter and die. This mission is on-site refining. This giant mine head is basically your central station for the mission, and what we are doing is we're going to find 3 Morkite wells, which are the things that we were in the first mission of the last deep dive, and we're going to build 3 pipelines to all 3 of them, and then build them, and then we're going to start a fracking sequence, which is basically just just an enemy horde rush that you also sometimes have to fix the pipelines while doing. Here I'm just gathering as much nitro as I possibly can so that Bosco can get it, because again, you always want to be having a lot of nitro for deep dives, because ammo is a lot more scarce than, you know, a normal ass mission. Now, I also want to talk about Bosco for this little mission, because Bosco is your little robot guy who helps you for your single player journey. So here I am setting him up to get an enemy that's way too far away, and he's very useful for that. You can ping him to carry stuff, you can ping him to mine stuff, you can ping him to just light something up, you can ping him to attack stuff, you can right click with your ping to have him shoot a rocket at an enemy, which is a lot stronger. Here I find one of the Morkite wells, and here's what makes Driller useful, is that I don't have to take a long I laugh at that enemy for dying to the freaking thing landing. And also, you can ping this pipeline so Bosco can build it. Anyways, Driller doesn't have to spend a long time building the pipeline from one place to another. You can just drill a straight line because you have power drills. They break the terrain piss easy. Only downside is you can't really drill minerals. You have to use your pickaxe, which, understandable. That would make Driller a much more broken class. So there's that. Also, here I am using my microwave cooker with synergizing with my cryo cannon, because that once an enemy is frozen or on fire, the microwave cooker will irradiate their innards and do a shit ton of damage. Anyways, again, Bosco is he's so useful, and it makes solo play like genuinely viable when you don't have friends of other dwarven classes to help you. Right there, I just pressed E with my ping out to cause a waypoint, which will stick around for the entire match, so that I know where that Morkite well is. Here I am finding the other wells, and I'm just making my way to them, as a swarm is called. Telling Bosco to mine while I take care of some enemies. I hate these electric jellyfish guys. They're called like nanites or something like that. And here I am just casually calling another pump jack while I make my way back to the mine head, while mentally trying to route out the pipelines. But anyways, yeah, I think Bosco is really underappreciated because, you know, this game is definitely co-op first. It's all over the advertising, but solo play is super viable and also fun and sometimes relaxing. You know, it's very relaxing to do these solo deep dives when I play, except for when I'm in the middle of a boss fight or a swarm, obviously. But like when I'm just doing the mission like normal, it is genuinely relaxing for me, very therapeutic. And even then, like when I was geeking out with the industrial sabotage last video, I will admit some of it was theatrical just to make the video a bit more entertaining, but you know, I'm thinking it. I just normally don't vocalize it. Anyways, another thing I want to talk about is SteamTech, because once again, like last time, I talked about getting a Steam Deck, and then literally the day before this is recording, by the way, I'm recording this at like 2 a.m. on Friday, November 14th, so this is just like a few hours after I record this. Anyways, literally the day before this, Wednesday, November 12th, Valve just announced they're making a whole bunch of stuff, including a new controller that actually looks pretty decent, unlike their last controller, which was kind of shit. They're a VR headset that is just straight up a PC, like within a headset or something like that, and then like full ass just a Linux PC that they're making called the SteamMachine. And I'm a little upset because I'm not gonna lie, I really want that. It's probably gonna be really expensive, and I'm not gonna be able to like buy it a lot. Also, I'm killing this guy right here because I can already tell he's just gonna be a pain in the ass going in my tunnel and blocking me. I also really like these pipelines because you can grind on them. It's really fun. There's an achievement that if for writing one continuously for 2 minutes, which means you have to build like a really long one, and low-key it's like it's a huge pain in the ass to do, but I do want to get that achievement someday. Anyways, yeah, the SteamMachine, it looks awesome, you know? It looks like it's just a Steam Deck, but less portable, but more powerful. And like now I'm thinking, like, was it worth it buying a Steam Deck right now when this happens, like not that long after? It is definitely infuriating for sure, and I'm still I'm trying to sell my laptop that I used instead of my Steam Deck. So like, should I just refund my Steam Deck, get the sell my laptop, and like use that money for a Steam Machine? Maybe I should. You know, Christmas is coming up. I could just ask for a bunch of money that would go towards said Steam Machine. Fuck me. I say fuck me because I'm looking where this last pump jack is and realizing I have to like drill a really long staircase. So here's me constantly checking the map, going at an angle. Thankfully, the drills have these little angle indicators on the side that help you go up. But it sucks that you can't go like straight 45 degrees or else your tunnel will be too steep for the pipeline and it's going to be really janky. But, you know, I make it. And then here's the secondary objective of this stage, which is... Oh, sorry. This is called the black box. You essentially just hold E on this thing and you just stay in a position for a while enemies come for you. This is a part of an extraction mission, which, like, in the context of the extraction mission, this part of is really fun. But when it's just a secondary for a deep dive, it's kind of stupid, not gonna lie. Yeah, like, you stay in here, in this little circle. And it is a little... This terrain kind of sucks. I'm pretty sure I say something about blowing it up to make it fall, which you totally can do. This thing's affected by gravity.
Blown you up.
Yeah, I could have.
Could have blown you up.
I have a C4 that does a lot of terrain damage, and here I am taking a sip of like Diet Pepsi or something. It was a Gatorade, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Steam. Like, first of all, congrats to Steam for like once again being the realest motherfucking bosses by just not being a shitty company and thus having a monopoly on PC gaming. But at the same time, I can already tell that Steam Machine thing is going to be expensive as fuck. I also really want that Steam controller. It does look pretty decent, and it would be nice to use instead of just my old Switch Pro that I don't really use anymore. Like, for example, I use it when I play like emulators and like Blasphemous, for example. Look at me on Stony Rock. That's a line the dwarves normally say. I just really like them saying it, so I say it often. It is really fun doing that, like roller coaster things. You may also notice that I did not call for Molly once during this mission. That's because on these types of missions, Molly is not available. You deposit into the mine head itself, which is really annoying because these missions tend to be a lot more mineral dense, but you know, Molly's not there for you to just immediately give it to. I actually have an idea for mini mules to be a thing on this mission. That like they follow you around, but they only have like such limited storage, so they can't carry that much. But like when they get full, they have to like slowly walk to the mine head to deposit into it, which I think is kind of cool. That's like my idea. Anyways, I connected all the pipelines. I got Bosco to build them all. Also, I called a resupply, which I was actually clever in doing because I could already. I was looking at my ammo numbers and I was like, okay, this is clearly not doing a lot. I've also been killing a lot of loot bugs, getting a lot of nitro. Here I am killing a presser, smashing it with my axe because it's more fragile due to ice. But anyways, after I connect all these pipelines, I start the mine head and it starts fracking. And as you can see, it's at 35%. A lot of enemies are coming while it's happening, and then they break the pipes, which I have to repair. You may also notice that these pipes are 3 unique colors, cyan, yellow, and magenta. This is actually a mod, just a quality of life mod that I have to make it more easier to distinguish them. Because you just have to go off of like pipeline number, which, like, let's be real, you're not gonna memorize that. God, I love the crowd cannon so much; it just instantly freezes things. The Steam VR also looks interesting, but I'm not really a VR gamer. I have no interest. I also know that like VR gaming is kind of dead because
It's raining, it's pouring, it's flying. No, not good.
It's raining in this biome, and I made a really bad joke. So I like. You know, I'm not really a VR gamer. I also know that like the industry is low key kind of dead because
Fucking oppressors are going to be here.
Because there's a lot of oppressors. Because the gaming industry, like I think Microsoft just bought out a bunch of companies and then just didn't know what to do with them. Typical Microsoft move. Fuck Microsoft. I told you, Windows fucking sucks. I don't even like care for Linux too much, and like I still like believe in Linux supremacy. Because it's not Microsoft. It's not that Linux is just that good, it's just that Microsoft is that bad. It's so dumb. Why did he say that? Why did he say Discord kitten? I'm a lot more energetic in this recording as well because it was just earlier in the day. I also did like the deep dive as soon as it was possible. Well, not as soon as it was possible, but like, you know, I woke up, I did some things, you know, and then I was home alone with the dog all day. So I took her for a walk, fed her, and then I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I record the deep dive before doing all my other stuff. I still have a lot of shit to do, and it's like 2 a.m. Something tells me it's going to be a long night. So after the minehead was done, I launched the rocket and it plays the foghorn from SpongeBob sound effect. Yes, that is real. I'm not joking. And I see the drop, and then you call for the drop pod immediately. And thankfully, because Molly's not in this mission, you don't have to wait for her. You just have to run to the drop pod and get in. But stupidly, what
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, you said it, man. You can also, you can always deposit into the side of the drop pod. It doesn't matter in deep dives because you're just carrying those minerals over. But I decided to do that anyways, and I spam salute to Bosco as we move on to the next thing. So next up, we have Elite Threat, which just means, you know, some tough enemies are going to spawn every now and then. We have Egg Hunt and Mini Mule, so we have to get some more eggs.
That's quick.
And that was a quick loading time. And then we have to find these mini mules, which are mini mollies, and find legs scattered about and attach them and repair them. Here I'm just exploring the starting cave a little bit, and then I see this going on, and I decide to drill. And again, driller, just making everything so easy of me just digging through. We're at an egg, so I immediately just tell Bosco to get on it. Immediately start freezing things. And there's a lot going on. I remember this stage was a doozy. So immediately take care of the elite threats because they're going to be dangerous. Take care of this spitball barrager because it's going to do a lot of AoE damage. That's going to be annoying. For some reason, my crowd cannon was just like not working. For some reason, I'm panicking a little here because yeah, I was panicking a little bit. Got a little intense. Anyways, there's a mini mule. You can a swarm immediately happening. So I see how little eggs there are, and I'm like, okay, cool. So Bosco's just mining half of them already, and then that's a mini mule leg. You hold E on the mini mule, and it'll show you where the legs are on your little mini map thing. And I'm just staying around here, and I immediately saw how much ice cannon, cryo cannon ammo I spent just doing that alone. And I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely gonna need a resupply, and I call it. Because I'm also good on nitro. That first stage gave me so much nitro, you have no idea. Anyway, second thing I want to talk about for this mission is how do I know if a script is good? I am working on a script right now. Well, I was working on a script right now about Expedition 33, which, you know, came out this year. Great game. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I started working on a script about it, specifically comparing it with another piece of media that is very different, but at the same time very similar. But frankly, I'm just not feeling confident in it now that I've like given it examination. It's not done, but it's pretty close to being done. And I just wasn't feeling it, and I put it on the back burner. I wanted to get the video out this year, but obviously that's not happening because, you know, docs and shit. And also the Outer Wilds video, I've just been sitting on it for like a month now. I don't want it coming out anywhere close to all this Hollow Knight shit. I'll probably release it like the day after Thanksgiving. Oh, I hear a stalker, and I'm like, here's my paranoid ass walking around all over the place. And I heard it coming for the attack. I immediately turn around, do the charge pickaxe attack. I did damage, didn't kill it though. So here I am repairing the mini mule. Again, this is actually in the same mission as the black box objective and normally. And again, those missions are really fun, but I just don't like them as deep dive objectives. Deep dive secondaries, let me say. There I am killing the stalker. Yep. But again, I put the script on the back burner because I wasn't feeling confident. The main reason is that I felt like a lot of it was just story summary. I don't like videos mostly just being summarizing the story or the movie or the game, show, whatever, you know? Like, I want there to be more analysis than recap. But, like, I also felt that story recap was important for this Expedition 33 video. Unfortunately, it sucks that, like, I was struggling hard to find a balance, and I was like, okay, you know what? I can either mull over this all the time, or I can just work on more shit, like the two long-ass videos I'm working on right now. And let me tell you, they are long-ass videos. Anyways, here I am, repairing the last mini-mule, and immediately deposit everything in a molly, and just immediately call for the drop on. This was, I was very... Despite this being a chaotic mess of a swarm, it's just a small cave. Like, this deep dive stage was really short, really sweet. I liked how quick this was. But yeah, like, you know, writing's very subjective, but it's still just so hard to, like, know. Like, they say you are your own worst critic. And, like, sometimes I just need to shut up and do something and stop doubting myself. But at the same time, like, I can't do that completely, or else I'm gonna, like, not second guess my choices. Second guess my bad choices.
Fuck you all.
I was very angry there because I was trying to conserve all ammo possible before leaving, but got fucked over. Oh, got an overclock. I should mention that the rewards for doing deep dives...
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, I get two of the same things. Another on-site refinery and egg collection. So rewards for deep dives are overclocks. Overclocks are the things you put on your weapons that, like, drastically change how they work. There's me beatboxing terribly.
I hear that.
I also heard a very unique hum that indicates something that will be very helpful for this stage. And there it is right there. That is the Betsy. It is like a lost... It's basically a fucking tank that DRG sent down into the caves, but, like, lost due to these parasite things. So if you kill it, you can get it working for you. So there I am getting rid of one of them. There I am getting rid of the other. And then I get swarmed by Glyphids, so I have to take care of that real quickly. As you can see, the crowd cannon with tune cooling is just so useful. Again, overclocks are useful, with especially tune cooling. Pretty much instantly freezes anything. So it's very useful to just fucking hold left click and just wag my mouse back and forth, and then here...
God damn it, we should have done that.
And then here's Cave Leech. Yep, one time I die.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cave Leeches are scary enemies that hide in the ceiling, and they fucking grab you, and there's pretty much nothing you can do if you're by yourself. Bosco can save you on solo play, but if you're by yourself on a multiplayer mission, you're fucked. And normally I like to wave my ping around on the ceiling looking for one, but the one time I don't do it. You can actually see me doing it in the last deep dive video with the smart rifle. So, you know, I'm down by the mine head because the Cave Leech dropped me after killing me, so I might as well just, like, get to work on drilling a tunnel to that one pump jack and getting nitra from Bosco. I should also mention that I fucking, killed Betsy and repaired it, and now Betsy works for me. Betsy does a lot of friendly fire damage, which is really annoying, so you have to kind of steer clear of her and just let her do her thing. But she is useful. Anyways, yeah. I should also mention that earlier today, Ghost Ship Games, developers of this game, announced Season 6. This game is on Season 5. I'm on Season 1 right now because I finished Season 5, so I just want to go back and do Season 1 because I didn't play the game back when that was a thing, so I'm doing that right now. But Season 6 got announced. It looks really cool. They're adding like a new biome, new mission type, new enemies. Seems really cool. I'm kind of... sadly, no new overclocks that we know of. And also Rogue Core, which is another game they're developing in tandem, got delayed, but like that's fine. I want them to take time. It's gonna enter open alpha in Q2 of 2026, which is very interesting. But Season 6 is like coming pretty soon, which I'm very excited about. Anyways, I haven't even gotten to the main topic that I want to talk about. Here's an egg right here, and there's a pump jack near it. Right now, I'm just throwing the egg down to the base so I can, so I can work on the pump jack. Anyways, the thing I want to talk about for this mission is how to know what to play and JRPG Burnout. So throughout all of not September, October, I played Final Fantasy Tactics, the remaster, because I like that game. And, I haven't played it in a while, and this remaster looked really good. And it is definitely the best way to play Final Fantasy Tactics. I will definitely have things to say about it in the 2025 jELeeoo wrap-up, whenever that comes out, which is going to be in late December. But, I wanted to then play Vagrant Story because, spoilers, I haven't finished Vagrant Story. I played it a little bit, and then I just couldn't get into it because of PS1 jankiness. And, it's the other Evil East game. And I talked about Final Fantasy 12 earlier this year, Final Fantasy Tactics, But, unfortunately, I just don't want to get burnt out of JRPGs, Something similar happened to me with Chrono Cross last year. I finished Chrono Trigger, loved it, and I jumped straight into Chrono Cross, but I didn't finish Chrono Cross because I got burnt out of JRPGs. And unfortunately, most of the games that are on my backlog are long-ass JRPGs, I have the Nier game. I bought the Nier games. I have not touched them because I'm scared to get into them. Because, I don't think they'll be bad. I just think, I need to be in a good space, which is why I've been playing a lot of Deep Rock lately, kind of unwind from JRPGs, needing to pay attention to long-ass stories, where I can just sort of just fucking play the game and think about, do whatever, JRPG Burnout, it's a very real thing. Also, because this is the last stage and I have a shit ton of Nitra, I can just call as many resupplies as I want. It's awesome. And also, so pro advice for on-site refineries and point extraction missions, the second you can call a resupply, just call it near the mine head, because this mission is going to centralize around that point anyways, so there's no real point in just waiting for one. It's always useful to just have one on the go. But if it's a mining mission, then yeah, wait, because you're going to be constantly on the move for that mission. Anyways, here I'm just kind of fucking figuring out a tunnel. Fucking it is a loop to loop. It'll be a beauty once it's complete. I love Driller. Driller is such a fun class. I mean, all the classes are fun in this game, but Engineer's a little too nerdy for me to say it's my favorite. Scout is really fun, and Gunner is also really fun, but Driller is just my favorite class. He's so destructive. He's so fun. He's probably why it's the only class I have that's triple promoted right now. Here I am getting to the last Morkite well, and I see how far away it is, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's going to be really annoying. And I'm pretty sure I drill down to it. So when you're a driller in an OSR mission, and you need a drill path, it's best to drill from the Morkite well to the station. Because it's way more... I don't know how to explain it, but it always ends up better. Fuck off, I promise. I also see that there's a horde of glyphid swarmers coming my way, and I'm just like, okay, fuck off. Because Betsy will take care of them. I forgot to mention I have perks. I should really start mentioning what perks I run. I'll make sure to do that next deep dive. But one of the perks I run on my driller is called Thorns. So basically, just any damage an enemy does to me is done back. And when it comes to swarmers, Thorns will just insta-kill them. So I don't really have to worry too much about them. Only when they deplete my shield should I be worrying. There I land on Betsy while she shoots the motherfuckers. The other perks I have are Iron Will, which is, again, that self-revive. I have run Dash on Driller, which is just a speed boost for a little while, but it has super quick cool-off. It makes it super worth it. The other the other two passive perks I have are Resupplier, which makes sure I get ammo more quickly and more health from resupplies, as well as Deeper Pockets, which just allows me to carry more. L. For Carl. That one's for Carl. Shout out Carl. I love this game so much. If you guys want to see more Deep Rock content from me, not just these weekly deep dives, like, you know, feel free to let me know. If you want me to play with friends, if you want me to make like a video essay or something, go for it. Anyways, I've been struggling to figure out what to play next as like my, because I like to go like bounce from, you know, big game to big game, and just I'm pretty much always just play Deep Rock in between everything. And I've been struggling, you know. I didn't finish Silent Hill F because I did not like that game. In fact, I returned it. Hell yeah. I'll be talking about it more. My driller did say I look like Stony Rock. Okay, I'm just finishing up this pipeline while I deposit stuff, and I'm just getting ready for the oncoming swarm, the final swarm of this deep dive. So, yeah, I was thinking, I think maybe the near games won't be too bad. Fuck the Stingtail enemies, they grab you towards them. The near games won't be too bad since those are action RPGs and not like RPGs.
Oh my God, that could have been the achievement.
It could have been the achievement. It's not, but it could have been. Anyways, here I am starting the last sequence. But like, okay, Vagrant Story, I've been playing it. My problem with Vagrant Story is that it's just so PS1 core. I do not like PS1 games. I think they're, like, other than classic Resident Evil, and I don't know if it's just because I've been playing those games for a really long time since I was a fucking kid, but like, every other PS1 game is just lame to me. Like, just bogged down by PS1 jank, you know? That's why, you know, when I played Final Fantasy Tactics, I played the PSP version, and now I'm going to be playing this new version on PlayStation, the, what's it called? Evil East Chronicles, because it has the most quality of life improvements that make the game actually, you know, playable. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, I love Final Fantasy Tactics, but there's still so much PS1 bullshit to it. It's still a lot of times where you can just get fucked over in a save file. Not with this new version, but like it's still, like, it's a very grindy game still. And, you know, Vagrant's a big surprise. Game made by the same fucking team. Feels the exact same way. But like, just PS1 games in general, so much jank. I didn't get into Spyro or Crash Bandicoot because I couldn't handle the clanky movement. I mean, I can handle Mario 64 a little bit, but like, I think, sue me, but I think Sunshine's movement is better than 64. You know, same principle with like Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. Like, the game on the PS1 just doesn't feel as smooth as the games not on the PS1, you know? There's always just, yeah, this is why these guys always just get in the way.
So you deserve.
So I just fucking kill them. So yeah, I don't know. I get burnt out easily with RPGs, especially if they're older RPGs, and I don't really know what to play right now because everything on my backlog is an RPG. Everything that I own, and right now I'm tight on money because the whole Steam Deck thing and Christmas is coming up. I want to, you know, buy gifts for friends and families, so I can't exactly be buying new games. It sucks. I was gifted Halo Reach by a friend, but I feel like it'd be sacrilege to play that by myself. Funny story there. I didn't even realize. I finished the thing and I called for the resupply. I'm almost done. The drop pod. I called one last resupply just to say fuck you, I guess. Anyways, funny story. First time I played Halo in my life was Halo Reach with my friend, and it was a terrible time because my Ethernet cord was not going too hot, and it was leading to constant slowdowns. I know I said this in the last video, but like, it was really bad. Like, we played normally at like a normal frame rate, and then all of a sudden I'd be on a Microsoft slideshow, and my Discord would say nothing. And I thought at first like the game just could not run on Steam Deck because I checked like my essentially task manager on Steam OS, and it said my CPU was at 100% use. And then like when the frame drop stopped, it was at like 50%. So I was befuddled for a while, which was really funny. Anyways, that was the deep dive. That was really, you know, really smooth. What no industrial sabotage does to a motherfucker. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Get myself an overclock for the gunner. Don't get many of those. And yeah, thank you all for watching. If you want to see more of these, you can just always watch more. Here I am just getting some overclocks. So yeah, can't wait to see you guys for the next weekly deep dive with jELeeoo. See you guys later. Bye bye.